Hey all, welcome back to Awful Stories. I'm Michael, and make sure to leave a like and subscribe for daily videos. The first post was made in the 𝘼𝙎HM𝙀𝙓 subreddit by a user named Representative. The post is titled, "Turned away from an interview for being late by 2 minutes." I had an interview scheduled for a desk position at a police department. I arrived on time for the appointment. In fact, the receptionist was just taking down the "Sorry, we're closed" sign from the window as I was walking in. I informed the receptionist that I was present, and she walked to the back to get someone. I hadn't even had a chance to sit down when a different woman approached the window and told me, "You're late, so we're unable to proceed with the interview." She said that I was 2 minutes late. I was shocked. I wasn't late. In fact, I was right on time. The time it took me to speak to the secretary and for her to retrieve someone took 2 minutes. I insisted that I was on time, and she stood firm that I was 2 minutes late. Anyway, all of that amounted to nothing. I didn't even have a chance to speak to anyone. I just turned around and went home. I don't even know who that woman was. I spoke over the phone to someone in the department who initially scheduled the interview. They said that the woman told them what happened. I asked if I was still being considered for the position, and they said they weren't in charge of that, but could forward me to the lieutenant. No answer came over the phone. They were away from their desk. I sent an email to the lieutenant to let them know that I was on time for the record. I don't know if anything will come from it, I just wanted to speak my piece. The whole process was just a massive waste of time. What's the point of going through all that effort just to be turned away at the front door? Part of me thinks it wasn't about time at all, but something else. I think the woman made up that time rule. I don't even know who she was. She wasn't in a police uniform. Maybe bureaucratic places like police departments are super strict about time, and I should have come earlier. But that still doesn't make any sense because, as I said, they would have been closed right as I was coming in. I came in at the scheduled time, no more, no less. What do you all think? Edit, thanks everyone for your input. I understand now that being early is usually the safer move, and I'll carry that with me. Still, I was on time for the interview I was scheduled for, and they turned me away. To me, that says it wasn't really about the clock. Maybe it was bias, maybe they already had someone in mind, maybe just bureaucracy. I'll never know. What I do know is that I wouldn't want to work in a place that treats people that way from the start. No need for me to tap dance and follow arbitrary rules for a crappy position. In the end, they probably saved me a headache. I'm moving forward and focusing on better opportunities. Macian said, "Most police forces I have interacted with have a pseudo-military ethic. The military ethic on timelines is early is on time is late, late is left. The last one means you missed a troop movement, a major no-no in the military. It's possible you ran into this mentality without even realizing it." SRES said, "The interview was scheduled for a certain time. You arrived at the time the interview was due to start, but were therefore late for the interview itself. Take this one on the chin, and in the future, be there earlier, at least 10 minutes. The second story for today was also made in the 𝘼𝙎HM𝙀𝙓 subreddit by a user named 𝘼𝙎HM𝙀𝙓. The post is titled, "My girlfriend wants intimacy, but I'm an extremely repulsed asexual. She's 18 and I turn 18 in a few days. She told me that on my 18th birthday, she'd like to go further, if you know what I mean. I honestly don't know how to feel. I know she's been wanting this, but I have zero attraction or desire to have a sexual relationship with anyone. In other words, I'm asexual. It's very rare for me to ever actually feel lust. Even going through the first stages of puberty, I was super hyposexual. I've always been like this. She knows this. She came to me with concern and respect for my sexuality. She'd never force me into anything, I know that, but I'm worried that if she does try anything, I'll freeze or say no and she'll get upset or hurt. I don't want to hurt her. I just never really had the intention of ever having any sort of sexual relationship with her. It's not that I'm not attracted to her, I am. She's my girlfriend and my best friend. It's just the way I am. I know she'll respect this, and realistically, I have nothing to worry about, but I'm super scared of disappointing her. I've been open about my sexuality since day one, explaining that I have no desire to have that kind of relationship, and she was okay with that. But now I'm worried that she's not, and if I don't do it with her, she'll leave me. It happened with an ex-boyfriend of mine, and I really don't want it to happen again. I feel like we're too young to be making these decisions. I know we're at that age, as people say, but I just don't want to. I've never wanted to. The idea alone makes me uncomfortable. It makes me so uncomfortable that I can't even type the word. She's great and she was nice about it, texting me a short paragraph about how she felt like she was ready and that if I didn't want to, that was okay. But I'm still scared. We're only teenagers. I know she's been in relationships with people who aren't asexual, and I know she's done that before, so if we did do anything, I don't want to disappoint. I'm incredibly insecure. She's told me that she doesn't care what I or any part of me looks like, but I care what I look like. It's scary to know that she wants to see me in such a vulnerable situation. I feel sick thinking about it. I'm so scared of messing up just because she wants something I can't give her, or because it's not up to her standards or expectations, or because she doesn't like the way I look. It's all so scary and I'm just not ready. I told her that I wasn't and she respected that, of course, but I know she's disappointed. It's been almost 2 years and the most we've done is kiss, and I just feel really bad. She's not making me feel bad about it. She's been super respectful. It's just my own stupid brain making me think like this. Being honest is crucial, and OP has already been open about their asexuality, which is wonderful. However, looking at the broader picture, it's possible that this relationship might face significant roadblocks because OP's girlfriend is not asexual, whereas OP is. I'll just be honest here, and I don't think this relationship will work out. Sexual incompatibility doesn't automatically mean a relationship has to end, but it does often require difficult conversations, compromise, and sometimes painful decisions. OP's feelings of uncertainty and anxiety are valid, but it's always most important to prioritize what feels right personally without guilt. Ultimately, both partners deserve a relationship where their emotional and physical boundaries are respected and fulfilled in a way that feels healthy. Aquamarine said, "Let her go, for both your sakes. You can find another relationship that will fit you better one day. A sexless relationship is usually torture for those who want sex. Having sex when you don't want to is torture as well. It's not fair to either of you. Talk to her about it, give some space, and later on, try to be friends again." Word Art said, "As an asexual person too, from what I've gathered, you should probably be clear to her that your asexuality is not going to change, and that turning 18 will change nothing. It's not really about being ready. Besides, just know that people don't have sex out of curiosity. Don't do anything you don't want to." This third and final story was made in the relationship subreddit by a user named 𝘼𝙎HM𝙀𝙐𝙼. The post is titled, "I want to break up, but my girlfriend's mother just died. I, 28M, have been dating my girlfriend, 29F, for about 4 years now. I love and care about her a lot, and our relationship has been great for the most part. However, over the last year or so, I've really started to think critically about my future, and I'm not sure that we're compatible in the long term. Although they were once aligned, our opinions on children have started to diverge as we've neared our 30s. I'm leaning more towards wanting them, she's leaned away. She also has a ton of insecurities and is probably clinically depressed, and I've needed to take more and more of my time and energy over the year or two to support her, which has really started to take a toll. On top of all that, she really doesn't know what she wants to do with her life and has no clear plans for the future, whereas I'm very career-oriented. A few weeks ago, I left for a several-month work trip to another state a few hours away from where we lived, and I was shocked by the fact that not seeing her every day almost felt like it lightened my load more than being an emotional burden. I decided recently that I need to end things, and I think it's going to shatter her. She relies a lot on me both emotionally and financially, and I don't know what her life would look like solo. Then last night, her mother, who she was very close with, suddenly died of a stroke. My girlfriend has had a really horrible year in terms of some of her friendships ending and a significant career setback, and I'm afraid that with everything else, this will break her. I want to help and support her, and I want to be there for her, but I also don't know if staying just to end the relationship soon after would be cruel. How long should I stay with her? How do I do what I know I need to in the least horrible way possible? Edit. I guess I should have been clearer. I'm not going to break up with her right now when she's in such an awful place. I just want to know how to navigate a situation where I cannot break up with her while she's going through this intense thing, even though I know the relationship is most likely over. Also, I've been trying to get her into therapy for years, but she doesn't believe in its efficacy and she's not willing to try. User Serious Booty said, "This is really hard and no one here is going to be able to make this decision for you. I can give you some insight because I was on the other side in a similar situation. I was the one who was done with the relationship and my fiance at the time didn't seem to really care either way. So I would say we were kind of both on our way out. However, my dad got diagnosed with pancreatic cancer and it was a death sentence. I remember at first the emotional roller coaster of actually wanting to hurry up and get married so my dad could be there. But that fizzled out as things continued progressing and I realized I really didn't want to marry my fiance. Then when I realized the relationship was over, my fiance and I had a talk where I told him I thought we were done, but asked him to stay and support me through my dad's cancer because I couldn't handle losing them both at the same time. It might seem dumb because I didn't want to be with him anymore, but I did still love him very much. I won't go into the reasons for ending the relationship, but I had tried to stop it for a long time. And ultimately we just weren't going to work out. He was still my best friend and we still loved each other very much. He was a really good man. So when I asked him to stay, we had been living together for 3 years, he didn't even blink about it. My dad lasted about 6 months from diagnosis to death. My fiance waited about another 4 months or so before he found an apartment and I helped him move in. So there might be a lot of people who tell you to just end it and that's what will be better for her. I'm here to tell you that my fiance staying, even though we knew our relationship was ending, helped me tremendously through the death of my father. I had someone who I still loved very much there to help with everything that comes after someone in your family dies. He held me through all of the emotions, and he didn't mind it at all, and it did not inhibit his life at all because he loved me, and regardless of the relationship ending, he cared for me. If I had to tell you what to do here, I'd say give it a little bit of time, 1 to 2 months. You've been together long enough, you care for her, give her some more time, then sit down and have a conversation with her. Explain to her that the relationship is over on your end and ask what she wants that you would be comfortable with. If you want nothing to do with her and want a clean break, then do it gently, but don't do it right now. She deserves a little bit of time at the very least. Don't tell her that you've wanted out for a long time. Don't tell her that you've been sticking around because of her mother's death. Just tell her what you decide when you talk with her. Sometimes little white lies are better to help cushion people's feelings, no matter how much people want to deny that.